YouTubers, Lindsay here. How you doing? Now you know here at ErvTV we explore Cincinnati history. Even sometimes the more mundane information is interesting to me. Now today I want to talk about Union Terminal, Cincinnati's Union Terminal. But more specifically, not Union Terminal itself, but the idea of combining all of the different depots in Cincinnati into one terminal. Now I'm going to use for my source for this, CincinnatiViews.net. They have a wealth of information about Cincinnati history, postcards, old drawings, old photographs, mostly old postcards though, so give them a look-see. It's a fantastic resource. So let's head over to Cincinnati Views and take a look at some of the stuff they have there about the buildings that were not built. I'm at CincinnatiViews.net/UnionTerminal.htm. Now, if we scroll down here, you'll see lots of information about Union Terminal, photographs of Union Terminal, a history of it, and there is a virtual tour of Union Terminal the way it was in its heyday back before and during World War II. That actually is another video. But today I want to talk about the history of the idea that Cincinnati had too many train stations. Alright, Cincinnati had 5 different depots in and around the downtown business district. That's just too many. Now, I'm not going to give you, here's all the information. You can go to Cincinnati Views. You can read it right here. You can go over there and take a look at this for yourself. There were so many terminals in Cincinnati that it wasn't even funny. Now, if we go back to the first railroads page, here is the in 1916. Here's all of the different terminal locations. Now I can blow this up a little bit, and you can see there is a depot. There is Central Union Depot, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the base wall of it, the foundation wall, is actually still right there. The bottom 3 feet. Right, it looks like an old stone fence now, but it's still there. That's the only thing left of it. It's all parking now. The freeway goes right through here and then right up this way. Here's the old B&O Freight Depot, where I did a video out there about that old roundhouse. And so this is kind of what it looked like. There was all sorts. There's another depot over here. All right. And there's a L&N Front Depot right here along Front Street. And there's another depot up here. Guys, basically, people avoided coming to Cincinnati because if you rode in on one train company and you landed in their depot or their station, you would have to catch a ride, which in the 1800s you didn't, was a little more difficult. You have to get, somehow you'd have to find your way over a streetcar, I don't know, to get over to the other side of town, to get over to the other depot to catch a train to go to your final destination. And it was a pain in the butt. People hated it. So let's talk about proposed terminals. Now these are terminals that were never built. The first proposal, it says here, was in 1904. It was to be built on West Court Street between Race and Elm. Can you imagine all the stuff they would have had to have torn down to build there? That's why they didn't build there. It would have been too expensive, and it would have been too much real estate to have to tear down. But this is what it would have looked like there if they had built this particular terminal. Isn't that cool? There's lots of reasons why these failed. There's more details down here below, but the gist of it was that all of the train companies couldn't get together and make a decision on exactly where and how, and also it'd be difficult to route all the different, reroute all the train tracks to a downtown location. Once again, come over to Cincinnati Views and read this. It's very interesting. All right, so there was multiple plans. They fell by the wayside. Here's another depot that they were going to build. It would have been ridiculously expensive. I believe this one here would have been in the early 1900s, and this one here would have been also around 1910, I think. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Look at that. Look at that. And then all the rail depots, and there's the platforms and all that. I find it very interesting that we might have, if history had been different, we might have had a different terminal building than Union Terminal. It would have been a downtown building, and all of that mess with the train tracks down there along Mill Creek behind Union Terminal, that would be downtown? Wow, what a waste that would have been of real estate. All the historic buildings downtown that would have had to have been just torn away, torn down. I think it was a good call building it down over there. A lot of the train companies already had tracks there. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I wanted to share that with you, those other proposed terminals. And, of course, there is the Union Terminal when it was brand new in Cincinnati. I also like to look at pictures of this as well. Now, this is some of the different area. This is what the area looked like. You can always tell where things are at when you're on this side of town, because you can always see the old Crosley Field, the home of the Cincinnati Reds until 1970 or so. And then here's Union Terminal. Interesting, Union Terminal used to have this. Here is they've torn, this is all this back here. You can see the platform. That's gone now. That's not even there anymore. Yeah. And of course, here's when they were building it. Yeah, and right now they're rebuilding it. And I do want to kind of show more about Union Terminal and there's a virtual tour down here where they have lots of pictures and historic photographs on this website, CincinnatiViews.net, where they actually give a tour of the old Union Terminal the way it used to be back in the heyday. Guys, I appreciate you watching. Everybody enjoy the rest of your week. Keep fighting the good fight. Hey, I'll see you in the next video.